When we talk about trauma, we usually think of it as, well, something in our heads, right? A story, a bad memory. But what if that's only half the picture? What if trauma isn't just a story your mind tells, but a language that your body speaks? Today, we're going to dive deep into that secret language.
For the longest time, the main approach has been that trauma is a psychological wound. It's all about the story, the narrative that got tangled up in our minds. And the thinking was, if you can just talk about it enough, analyze it, maybe reframe it, then you can fix it. But what if that whole idea, as well-intentioned as it is fundamentally missing the point?
And this quote, wow, it just blows that whole idea right out of the water. It basically says that our main strategy for healing has been wrong. So, if remembering and understanding isn't the answer, then what is? And if trauma doesn't live in the mind, then where on earth does it live?
To answer that, we've got to first dismantle this huge, powerful myth of mental trauma. We're going to explore why this isn't really about the stories we tell ourselves, but about the physical state our bodies get stuck in. Okay, so here's the absolute core of it. Trauma isn't stored in your thoughts like a file in a computer. It's actually encoded directly into your body's nervous system. It's a physical condition. Think of it less like a bad memory and more like a physical injury. The mind comes along later and tries to make sense of it all, but the event itself, that happens to our biology first.
And this gives us a totally new way to define it. See, it's not about what you remember from the past. It's about what your body expects in the future. Your internal alarm system, which is only supposed to go off for real emergencies, gets stuck in the on position. The threat is long gone, but your body is still braced for impact 24/7.
So you're probably wondering, how does a body actually get stuck like that? Well, the answer lies with a little-known but incredibly powerful system, the autonomic nervous system. This is the secret master controller of our survival, and it all happens automatically, way below our conscious awareness.
This system is literally running the show behind the scenes. I mean, you don't have to think about making your heart beat or digesting your food, right? It's an ancient, primal part of us, and it is built for speed, not accuracy. It reacts in milliseconds, way faster than your conscious brain can even process what's happening.
Now, this system basically has two main settings. You've got the sympathetic system, that's your gas pedal. It's a whole fight-or-flight thing, flooding your body with energy to deal with a threat. And then you have the parasympathetic system. That's your brake pedal. It's the rest and digest mode that helps you calm down and recover. A healthy nervous system is just, gracefully dancing between these two all day long.
But trauma completely disrupts that dance. It's what happens when your foot gets slammed on the gas pedal and then gets stuck there. So let's look at how a temporary emergency response can actually become a permanent rewiring of your body's entire operating system.
All right, let's walk through it. First, your body detects a threat and boom, you're instantly in survival mode. Now here's the absolute kicker, the most crucial step. The body never gets the all-clear signal. The danger passes, but the nervous system doesn't complete the cycle and return to calm. So that state of high alert, it gets hardwired in. What was supposed to be a temporary state of emergency just became the new normal. And here's the really wild part. From your nervous system's point of view, this isn't a mistake. It's not broken. It's actually a brilliant adaptation. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. It learned from a past experience and is now trying to protect you from future harm by staying ready. The only problem is, it's adapted to a danger that's in the past. It's running on outdated software. And we keep coming back to this idea because it's just so important. This is why trauma sticks around. It's not about replaying the past in your head. It's about your body constantly, physically predicting a dangerous future. Your nervous system becomes this fortune teller that only ever sees disaster, bracing for it over and over and over again. Okay, so we're talking about this state of readiness, but what does that actually look and feel like? How does the body physically hold on to this expectation of danger? Let's break down the real, tangible ways the body keeps the score.
See, trauma isn't a picture in your mind. It's a posture in your body. Think about chronic muscle tension. Your shoulders hiked up to your ears, your jaw clenched. That's your body literally remembering how to brace for impact. Or breathing really shallowly, which keeps you in this low-level state of alert. And that last one, low heart rate variability, all that means is your system has lost its flexibility. It's rigid, stuck, unable to easily shift from alert back to calm. These aren't just symbols of trauma. They are the trauma. They are the memory.
So the key here is that this kind of memory is like muscle memory. It's like riding a bike. It's automatic, it's unconscious, and you do it without thinking. Your body doesn't store a story of what happened to me. No, it stores a physical blueprint for what I must do to survive. and it holds that blueprint in your muscles, your posture, and your deepest reflexes.
All right, so this brings us to what might be the most critical piece of this whole puzzle. If trauma is a physical, bodily memory, what does that say about all our healing methods that rely almost entirely on talking and having some kind of mental breakthrough?
This is the fundamental disconnect. Talking is for the conscious mind. It uses words, logic, stories. But trauma lives in the nervous system, which is pre-verbal. It's automatic. It doesn't understand sentences. It understands sensation. So you can tell your body it's safe all day long, but you're speaking the wrong language. Your body is waiting for a completely different kind of proof.
And this chart just shows it perfectly. Look at the speed difference. Your nervous system reacts in milliseconds. Your thinking brain is way, way slower. By the time your mind finally figures out, oh, that was just a car backfiring, your heart is already pounding out of your chest. You simply can't outthink a trauma response because your body has already made its move long before logic even shows up to the party. And that means the goal of healing has to shift completely. It's not about crafting a better story about what happened. It's about physically interrupting the state of emergency in your body. Your nervous system doesn't learn through logic. It learns through new experiences. The body doesn't need to be convinced it's safe. It needs to feel safe again and again.
And that leaves us with this powerful final question. If one single moment can teach the body that the world is a dangerous place, what does it take to teach it the opposite? It suggests that real healing has to happen on the body's terms, through things like breath, movement, and physical sensation. It's about giving your nervous system new data, new experiences that prove on a gut level that safety is actually possible now. The body learned its way into this state of readiness, and it has to be able to learn its way back into a state of rest.